At Warwick earlier on in the season over 2.5, it was soft ground that day, but they went a real gallop, and there was an emphasis on stamina that day for sure. And maybe stepping up to 3 miles with the ground a bit drier, this will be a perfect test for her. She'll need to jump a little bit better, I think, Nick, than she did the last time she was here at Cheltenham. But the fact that she's been freshened up since then, it could easily see her get back on track.
Let's just track Might Bite if we can. There he is at the left of shot. He's being followed down to post by Whisper. I think part of the Might Bite story is how he handles the occasion and the preliminaries, because he's a reasonably high-mettled horse. Much has been made of his parentage and also the fact that he may not have bottle. I haven't seen any signs of no bottle this season.
No, not so much this season. No, I would agree with that. I think there's been the odd time when I've seen him approach a fence and maybe just ever so slightly back off it, and jumping is another issue that I think at in this type of race it'll put more pressure on his jumping than any of the races that he's been in before. The bigger fences at Cheltenham, the big field, the strong gallop. I think it is more competitive than the Grade 1 he was set to win at Kempton. Last season, when he came here over hurdles, he was 5-2 favourite, strongly backed, strongly fancied for a handicap hurdle here. And he just disappointed me a bit that day. I didn't think he'd been at Kempton the time before, and he was really impressive. Admittedly, he was higher in the weights here, but when he came under pressure, he travelled fine to 2 out, and he came under pressure and he just hung to his right a little bit and just didn't look altogether straightforward. And I just wonder whether, if he can't do it on the bridle, whether or not he'll do it.
I spoke to one of his owners yesterday, and they were fortunate enough to own My Tent or Yours before they sold him to JP McManus, so they've had a bit of luck. And he was saying that the horse had a seriously impaired breathing last season, and had quite a significant wind operation in the summer, not like the ones that have been done just prior to the festival. In his words, the horse now has an airway like the Dartford Tunnel.
Fantastic. Well,
so he believes that's what's made the difference.
In fairness, when you're privy to such information, it does change it slightly, doesn't it?
Well, you're all privy to the information now.
Absolutely, yeah. And look, there's no doubting his ability. He's always looked like a good horse, and the Kempton performance, it can't really be knocked at all. You look at the time of the race was very fast. He was going to beat Royal Vacation by about 20 lengths, and Royal Vacation has come out and won a handicap from low 140s. So there's substance to what he was going to do that day. I'm not knocking him in terms of his ability, and as I say, hopefully he doesn't prove me wrong in a way, because he could be a really special talent.
But similarly, he could get a lot of pace pressure up front. It could be a very well-run race, Jonathan. If it turns into a real grind, this, and sometimes it can, doesn't always, who's going to be the beneficiary?
I don't know. I'm sure, actually, I think it'll be run at a proper pace, mainly because of the top horse. There was a wonderful rumour going around the betting ring this morning that all was not well with the favourite. And he walked into the paddock and I thought, yes, if that's all is not well, I'd hate to see something looks good. He got a bit jiggy-joggy.
He's down there at the start, and so is Stuart Machin.
Paul Morris and I have come right down to the 3-mile start for the RSA. You'll see the horses in the background. They've been sent well back from the tapes, which is customary. Well, we've just got a real good close-up view of them taking and having a look at what will ultimately be the second last. Anything of any particular concern on what you saw?
Well, 2 stats I think we should pick up on. 7-year-olds have won the last nine of the 10 runnings of this. Also, if you're a backer of Whisper, it doesn't bode that well, because 9-year-olds haven't won this race since 1992. The outstanding 2 horses for me were Might Bite, that falls into the 8-year-old bracket, and Alpha's Desobo. He looks magnificent.
Now they're beginning to get themselves sorted out. You might just see away to the left and in the foreground the 3 assistant starters. There's Seamus O'Neill, who's on the extreme left with the Trilby. You've got Simon McNeil, and Will Jordan is down there as well. And behind our camera, Robbie Supple, flag in hand. He's raised it. He's ready for them. Prairie Bell has got to take a turn, but steadily they're coming forward. We're about to get underway for the RSA Chase, to be described by Simon Holt.
Thank you, Stuart. And Acapella Bourgeois, as expected, to the fore here. Very much on his toes. Might Bite over on the far side. Approaching the starter. Acapella Bourgeois right to the 4 of them here. Just inclined to go on, and that's a no start. Acapella Bourgeois breaking through the tape, and they'll be asked to come in again.
So the perfect view of why the starter wasn't happy with them there. A Cappella Bourgeois just a little bit too keen to get on with things. Now, of course, this leaves us with a standing start. Might just have seen there one of the runners lashing out.
Obo to Aureliac, the grey horse. He's just given him a crack. But now they have to do the standing start, which for a horse it's so difficult that they've got themselves mentally now.
Look at Alfred Azobo again on the extreme right,
He's
just lashing out again.
A little bit twitchy. He wouldn't want to get too close to other horses because that's what he's doing. He's just basically, temper is taking over here and he wants to just get on with it. It's like most of them do. But up front, A Cappella Bourgeois is not doing what his jockey wants him to do, which is basically take a turn and stand still. He knows the form here. He's a front runner by trade. He wants to get on with it. But as soon as he turns square,
Yeah, and Robbie Supple, the starter, has asked them to all get back off the tape.
I think that's a
He's asked them to
sensible
take a turn.
tape. They're all in a box here. There's too many horses just close knit, and the horse on the outside is kicking as well, which does not help. So they're going to keep him clear. He's going to be led in as soon as this horse turns. But as soon as A Cappella Bourgeois turns, he wants to be off, and he's not having that. The starter. He wants him to turn now and go. No.
The Bourgeois just ahead of them and side on very quickly there. And he's let them go. They're off and racing for the RSA Novices Chase. Quickly to the first fence. A Cappella Bourgeois, a bold jump on the outside of Might Bite. Out wide of them is Alpha des Obeaux in third. Marinero in the white cap on the inside of Royal Vacation, sharing fourth position. Then a couple of lengths to 007 in the pink jacket, Brari Bell in the grey Aurillac. And then Whisper on the inside of Bells Hill, Alcantha and Heron Heights at the tail of the field as they jump fence number 2, and they're all safely over. And Might Bite taking over there from A Cappella Bourgeois in second in the red and white jacket. Royal Vacation is third. Then Marinero on the inside of Alpha des Obeaux. They're followed by Brari Bell and 007 and Whisper and Aurillac as they jump the first in the back straight. And gone Marinero. Marinero is out of the race. The others managed to avoid the horse and the stricken rider. I think the rider, David Mullins, is going to be okay. He was sitting up there over the water jump. And Might Bite leading the way there. 4 faults at the water for our Camphor, who drew a big splash onto the open ditch. Might Bite, A Cappella Bourgeois, Alpha des Obeaux on the outside. Royal Vacation is in fourth, and then 007 as they continue on now to another plain fence. And over this one, Might Bite lands about a length and a half clear of Alpha des Obeaux in second place. Aurillac was rather taken out wide by the loose horse in rear there and is struggling. They now swing left-handed and on towards an open ditch. Might Bite, followed by A Cappella Bourgeois and Alpha des Obeaux on the outside. They're 6 lengths clear of Royal Vacation, taking it in fourth, then 007 after these Brari Bell and Whisper. And then Bells Hill further back, followed by our Camphor at the top of the hill. Heron Heights and Aurillac is the back marker. They're well strung out here in these early stages of the RSA. Heading left-handed and about to run downhill now towards the next plain fence. And Might Bite leading the way to A Cappella Bourgeois, very much held together by Roger Lockburn. Out wide in the maroon and white jacket is Alpha des Obeaux, and these three remain a long way clear of Royal Vacation, who's going to come and take it into fourth place, jumping away to his right. Then 007, Whisper tracks these, going comfortably from Bells Hill on the outside. Brari Bell, Our Camphor, Heron Heights, Aurillac about to swing left-handed into the home straight, still well over a circuit ahead of them then. And it's the favourite Might Bite who leads on the inside, but not by very much, to A Cappella Bourgeois. Alpha des Obeaux is back in third place, and they're a good 8 or 10 lengths clear of Royal Vacation over the next. Might Bite jumps it well from A Cappella Bourgeois, and the others streaming over Aurillac, the last to land. This will be the last fence next time, and Might Bite a length and a half to A Cappella Bourgeois, and then in third is Alpha des Obeaux. Royal Vacation 4, then 007 and Bells Hill. Whisper wasn't too fluent at that last fence. Then Our Camphor after Whisper, Heron Heights, Brari Bell under a little bit of a drive, and Auriac continues to toil away in the rear. Mike's Bite over the next as they head to the back straight, jumped it slightly right-handedly from Acapella Bourgeois. In third place, Alpha Desobo, Brian Cooper just looking round to see where the other runners are. Royal Vacation is closing up on the front trio in fourth now, then 4 or 5 lengths to 007, Bells Hill Whisper, Heron Heights Our Camphor jumping the next plain fence. The leaders streaming over towards the rear after Our Camphor, Brari Bell, and lastly Auriac. On now to the water jump once again in the back straight, and Might Bite, Acapella Bourgeois, they've been 1 and 2 practically all the way. Alpha Desobo a little slow over the water. Royal Vacation back in fourth place as they now approach a jumping text, an open ditch. Might Bite comes in to take it 2 or 3 lengths clear of Acapella Bourgeois, and they're all safely over that. A mistake from Our Camphor, and Auriac was way out to the right and will surely be pulled up before too long. On to the next plain fence. Might Bite, a good jump again, sailing along, just beginning to put them to the sword a little here. Acapella Bourgeois in second place, Alpha Desobo in third, then 007. Bells Hill getting a little closer now under Ruby Walsh on the outside as they swing towards another open ditch. Might Bite comes in to take it, measures it well from Acapella Bourgeois, then Alpha Desobo in third. Bells Hill now into fourth as they reach the top of the hill with 3 fences left to jump. Might Bite with a lead of about 6 lengths, 7 lengths to Acapella Bourgeois in second place. Might Bite pursued only by the loose horse at the moment. Bells Hill goes up on the outside of Alpha Desobo, third and fourth. Then Whisper beginning to make some ground. 007 under pressure, and then Heron Heights down towards the third loss. Might Bite with the advantage. Might Bite and Nico de Boinville comes in to take it. He's jumping very good so far today. He's got a good lead as they run towards the final turn. It's Might Bite pouring it on here. Whisper into second, and then Bells Hill also staying on a bit. He just begins to nudge away on the leader as they race to the final turn, but Might Bite by a mile as they run towards the left-hander. Might Bite by 20 lengths. Whisper and Bells Hill chasing hard. He's still got to get up the hill. Might Bite, here's the second last. He jumps it well. He sailed over in second Whisper, then Bells Hill and Alpha Desobo. The final fence for Might Bite. Oh, not his best effort, but he gets away with it. Whisper trying to close, and Might Bite is beginning to paddle. He's drifting off a true line. He hangs fire, and Whisper's coming home, straight as a gun barrel. Nico de Boinville tries to straighten out Might Bite, who rallies on the near side. Might Bite coming back, and Whisper, it's tight. Might Bite on the near side of Whisper. Then in third, Bells Hill, and Alpha Desobo 4 in a dramatic RSA.
Oh, the race that had everything. It's first and second for Nicky Henderson, but in what order? There's the still on the line. Might Bite near side, far side Whisper. How much talent does Might Bite have?
Wow.
And does he have enough to have all but thrown away the RSA, only to have regained it on the nod? It is desperately close. Might Bite's brilliance was matched by a brilliant ride on the runner-up from Davy Russell. Nico de Boinville, Might Bite, Davy Russell, Whisper, both trained by Nicky Henderson. An extraordinary performance from Might Bite, who is showing some of his quirks after the line as he did from the last to the line. Prior to that, he was quite brilliant in what for 90% of the race was an utter demolition job of a high-class field of staying novices. He is a horse of huge, huge talent. He has been joined and passed on the run-in and then rallied with the assistance of the
result of the photo finish for first place. First, number 7, Might Bite.
Might Bite has won the RSA, a more dramatic and extraordinary win in a Cheltenham Festival race you will not see. What an extraordinary animal he is. He showed all his brilliance, and then he showed a little bit of something else as well, but it only served to make it more exciting. What threatened to be a one-horse race became the most thrilling, compelling of two-horse races. Both those horses trained by the master of the festival, Nicky Henderson, who makes it win number 58. Quite extraordinary. Nico de Boinville rides another festival winner.
That was a remarkable performance, Nick. They've gone a strong gallop from the outset. They've been strung out like washing after 4 fences, and Might Bite was controlling that pace, setting that pace all the way through. He's jumped really well most of the way through.
But one horse has made it a brilliant race with him in the end. That horse, Whisper, owned by Di Walters, who's sharing his thoughts with Lydia.
And Di, how are you feeling right now? What a marvellous race Whisper ran, and just nudged out on the line by a brilliant talent.
Well, I'm just stuck for words. Go back 2 years ago, he won it. It was his day that day when he won the Coral Cup. That was inches, and there's only half inch in this, I think.
Yeah.
I've lost my voice, mind you.
You've been the right side of it and the wrong side of it here, but we said, thank goodness they've both come back safe and sound. What a dramatic race it was to watch.
It was fantastic. I thought he had it, to be honest with you. But
I think everybody did.
Yeah. Maybe it's too inquiry.
maybe, but many congratulations.
Thank you ever so much.
There's the photo on the screen behind you.
Oh, look at that.
Look how close it is. Wow, so close, but a monster run. You can be very, very proud of Whisper.
It's brilliant, And it's good for Nicky Henderson. He was in bad form last year, and he's fetched him back. A credit to Nicky.
Absolutely. Victory, a 1-2 for the yard, and commiserations and congratulations to you as in equal measure, Di.
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that glance at the screen was just gently massaging salt into Di Walters' wound, but he's a philosophical runner-up as well. He might be. His horse has run tremendously well, and it was that leap at the last, or non-leap at the last, that allowed Whisper the first bite at the cherry, and then the remarkable drift to the stands that allowed him a second.
It just didn't help him with his concentration, Nick, did it? If he'd have pinged the last, he might well have kept on running.
But for the loose horse, I don't think Might Bite would have won.
No, I think he's picked up when the loose horse has gone by him, not when Whisper's come to him. The loose horse has gained in the victory on the line.
But Might Bite after the line is running on strongly. He still had a bit left. It raises some fascinating questions about how he'll fare when he comes back here next year, all things being equal, for the Gold Cup. He's a horse of immense raw talent.
Oh, he is. There's no doubt about it. He's got loads of ability. He can go and maintain a strong pace, can't he? And that's what we've seen from him today. It looked for 95% of the way, Nick, as if we were going to see a really, really special performance. We still have, even though the winning distance is as narrow as it is on the line, and but he's, as you say, he's got loads of raw ability, and hopefully he manifests that next season into the open races.
This doesn't often happen. When a horse has polarised opinion as sharply as Might Bite has in the lead up to the festival, one group of people saying, best horse in the race, he'll win. The other group of people saying, well, he might not get up the hill and he's quirky. In this rare instance, both camps have been proved absolutely spot on.
Yes, they can all take the glory of being absolutely right. But, look, it's just a fantastic race, isn't it?
And Nicky Henderson as well, obviously fantastic day for him yesterday, a 1-2 again here. And focusing on the second for a minute, what an incredible performance, training performance with that horse, because he has had his problems. He was disappointing last season and they've got him right back.
So much more upon which to reflect after the most dramatic of RSA Novice Chases. It's a 1-2 for Henderson. Might Bite beats Whisper. We have to break and go to Huntingdon, where I cannot promise you the same kind of drama, but much, much more to follow. Do stay tuned.
We can't promise you that at Huntingdon, I'm afraid, but extraordinary there. Might Bite traded at 30s in running, I think, just at the end there. The 2:25 there at Huntingdon. A handicap chase over 2.5 miles. They are at the post. They're at post time. Miss Oscar Rose 100 to 30. Irish Thistle 7 to 2 along with La Teta. And it's Benability, the backed horse, 15 to 2 into 9 to 2. Let's rejoin Tony Ennis.
Thank you very much indeed. Yes, runners about to come out. Everyone here was watching that race at Cheltenham on the big screen. Extraordinary finish, wasn't it? Remarkable. Let's see what happens here. Runners are coming out. So now onto the racetrack they go. Open market here, 7 to 2 the field. In fact, now Miss Oscar Rose has just gone clear favourite, 100 to 30. Runners will take a turn. Just under 2 circuits. The starter's got his flag raised, so he wants them to come in now. Walking in.